but Nebraska's net 6 of their 9 ball games so far. So, again, to their script, and they're playing a really clean ball game thus far. See if Wisconsin can get themselves going. They go up top to Winter. That's a good way to start.
Certainly is, because that kind of was what they were doing at the beginning of the ball game. They were in those two-man games. Brody has been really good in terms of sharing the basketball. That's his 5th assist, and going inside paid dividends early on for the Badgers.
Well, Lawrence answers on the other end with a 3. Going to be a long road to hoe if you're trading 2s and 3s throughout the rest of the ball game. Boyd and Blackwell combined to knock down just 3 shots of their 14 attempts in the first half. 6 to shoot. Blackwell. Nice up and under, couldn't get it. Bielyauskas had it blocked. And it's going to be Nebraska basketball.
Blackwell, a really good job of stepping through. Kind of a difficult shot, and then Bielyauskas just needs to kind of put his shoulder to the rim and make Buchtengel come through him, but very few easy shots tonight for John Blackwell.
Blackwell so far 1 out of 8 from the floor. Mast goes baseline. Bakers does it for Rink Mast.
How about sensing, playing with that hip? Saw where the pressure was, spun away from it.
Into the corner for Boyd. Boyd for 3. Yes. Boyd finally able to knock one through. Boyd's in double figures with 11, leading the way for the Badgers. Nice backdoor cut to dunk by Buchtengel.
And because Mast has scored when he's been isolated, Wisconsin makes the decision to run the double at him. Mast senses it and delivers to his front court mate.
And foul. Bielyauskas will go to the line. The cutting continues to be a problem for the Wisconsin defense.
Well, Mast right here, this is why you play from the hips down. Because he's sitting down, he senses that the defense was up top. Now here comes the double. Senses it. Bielyauskas kind of got ball watching. Good delivery from Mast.
Mast having a great all-around game. 8 rebounds, 13 points, couple of assists. Bielyauskas at the line. Back-to-back misses, and this crowd's going to get some free food. Alexis says not this time.
Wisconsin extending their defense here a little bit. Yep,
10-second violation. Good job by the Badgers forcing the turnover. It's about the only thing Lawrence has done wrong tonight. Winter puts it on the deck. Winter lays it up and in.
Boy, that is a pretty play. Because he's a capable threat out there, Mast doesn't close out under control. The shot fake, Mast momentum took him away. Good job by Winter of taking advantage.
Can the Badgers get a stop? Hoiberg. Oh, popping here for the Huskers. 8 to shoot. Buchtengel to Mast. Mismatch. Buchtengel in the paint, no call, and he got his rebound. There's a whistle. And Buchtengel trying to get the crowd involved. And no whistle there.
Just stuck with it, and they'll get a fresh 20 now.
Playing with a ton of emotion tonight. Buchton Gel with 11 and 4. Three to shoot. And an air ball. It's off of Bielyauskas and a shot clock violation. They never change possession. So Wisconsin basketball. And now the officials may check to see whether or not there's any time left on the clock when it went out of bounds. And they're going to keep it as a shot clock violation on the floor. So no possession there. I mean, look at it, bounces at .07-ish.
Yeah.
You could have put .7 there on the clock, but not to be. Winter drives again, and he is met at the rim by Buchton Gel. Sanford for three, no good. Mass to rebound, that's good. Buchton Gel is down on the other side, bleeding.
And Mass understands angles about as well as anyone you're going to see at the college level. I mean, in the first half, he was able to get a carom that went from the corner to the far side, understanding that that's where statistically it's going to go. And here off the shot, he's able to get in there and
it's like a scene from Gladiator. Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
He's going to go back into the locker room. Maybe he needs a stitch or two.
Ferdy Pacheco maybe back there.
Officials stopping play here for a moment. And Lawrence going to pick up a personal foul. Rhodey falling away, no good. Frager with a rebound. Sanford transition three, got it.
How about the look ahead by Lawrence? He has been so good tonight.
Winter drives again. Winter lays it up and in. And an offensive foul on Nolan Winter.
Momentum allowed him to step into that three.
Frager looking for help. He finds Hoiberg. Hoiberg, plenty of time. Sanford and Janicki now to pass with the right hand. Everything going the Huskers' way.
How about that pass to Mass? You know, nice little kind of quasi duck in, but that was an exquisite pass in tight quarters.
Into the corner, Boyd for three. Blackwell with another opportunity. Mass with a double-double, his third of the season, by the way. 17 and 10. Boyd got it. Blackwell has been very quiet after Player of the Week award. Now he comes away with a loose ball. Blackwell leading in. Winter comes away and scores.
That's one of the few bounces that's actually gone Wisconsin's way here tonight, because that was not a pass. Blackwell just lost control of it, and Winter was the beneficiary.
Hoiberg drives and lays it up and in with left hand and one. Janicki with the foul. Hoiberg with a three-point try.
You've got Frager in the near corner, okay? And he's knocked down a couple of threes, so they're hugging him out there, and John Blackwell kind of in no man's land, not in a stance, not able to really make a defensive play either way because he was caught straight leg.
And Hoiberg converts.
The spacing tonight offensively for Nebraska has just been really, really nice to see.
Just a clinic is what they've put together. The backdoor cutting, knocking down their threes when available. There's Mast. Had a good look. 8 out of 20 so far from 3 as Boyd knocks it in for 2. Nick Boyd now with 15. Is there a surge from Wisconsin? There's a 3, short.
How about the help defensively by Nebraska? Really well done.
Boyd into the paint, nearly lost it. Janicki's got the loose ball to Boyd, now to Rapp. 7 to shoot. Boyd trying to get around Mast. Boyd throws it up. And it's a shot clock violation. A lot of dribbling there from Nick Boyd.
Yeah, just you contrast the movement that we've seen from Nebraska to that situation there by Wisconsin. The Badgers are kind of on their heels here, and it's been good individual on-the-ball defense for long periods of time, but the rotations and the communication on this end of the floor have really stymied Wisconsin offensively, something you have not seen this year.
Blackwell scoreless in the second half, has just 7 points in the game, 1 out of 8 from the floor. Mast feeds Hoiberg. Hoiberg dribbles out, 6 to shoot. Hoiberg amongst the trees, not enough English on it. Boyd comes away with a loose ball. Hoiberg still fighting for it though. That's what you get from Sam Hoiberg every single night.
And
tap one. And a foul. Never gives up on a play, Sam Hoiberg.
And it's not a steal, but it's a deflection. And it started with his understanding who had the ball in their hands. It was Boyd, and he completely jumped that left hand. And because he jumped that left hand, it allowed them to move when Boyd tried to counter, and then he got that hand up in the deflection, and Frager able to run underneath it.
Nearly 8 minutes gone by in this second half. Sanford spins around. Sanford with a left hand. Nifty play from Bryce Sanford.
Well, you combine that with his three-point shooting, he's going to be a tough cover. And you can finish around the rim with either hand, as he showed there. It'll be a solid year for the Iowa transfer.
He has played great defense tonight, too, on Blackwell. Blackwell rejected by Sanford.
And Sanford gets the block, but it was his 2 teammates who rotated over, which allowed him to come from the backside.
Frager dishes off to Garcia, and it's out of bounds. Wisconsin basketball will take us to a timeout. Badgers and 1.
Tell you what, he hasn't scored a bunch, but Garcia has made the most of his minutes. He's been active on both windows, has proved himself to be a more than adequate defender, and there he does a really good job. Bilyauskas originally had some contact on him, but Garcia didn't stop. You saw him slide off to the right. That allowed him then to break that contact and grab the rebound.
See the second chance points heavily in the favor of Nebraska. Doing some of the dirty work down below. Garcia unable to convert on that 3-point play. It's back to a 20-point lead for the Huskers. Can Wisconsin chip away? Blackwell for 3. Not his night here in Lincoln as Rhodey goes down awkwardly.
Yeah, and Blackwell, you know, over the last couple of weeks, he has just caught it, let it go. There you could see him almost kind of thinking about it, and it didn't come off his hand cleanly. It had that little side spin on it. A lot of it has to do with the fact he has been draped by a Nebraska defender essentially since the opening tip.
Made his first shot, nothing since for John Blackwell. Garcia couldn't make it, but he's fouled. So he'll go to the line and shoot a couple.
He didn't quite have the steps to dunk it. If he just shoots a layup, this is a three-point play.
6'8", 235. Could play on Western Michigan. Coverage begins 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, Big Ten Network, and the Fox Sports app. Made them both. Boyd nearly lost it.
And there's Garcia again.
Been all over the place, into the hands of Hoiberg. Hits the trailer, Sanford. Sanford drives.
How about the steal by Garcia? Another savvy play. On that dribble drive, Garcia. If you got one of those little wheelie things, make sure you're hopping on the proper foot. I don't know much about medicine, but that's helpful.
Yeah, I would say so, yes. It's deflected again. The hands from Nebraska's defense have been sensational. Janicki trying to get a turnover, couldn't get it. Frager's on Blackwell. Still plenty of time. Frager. And one.
The spacing again, Jeff, just really good to see. We talked about Garcia going to the break. Here's another part of his game. Frager moves without the ball. Garcia delivers from the high post, doing his best rink mask imitation, and Frager a chance for a three-point play.
He's the 5th Husker in double figures now. And give him a dozen. Very balanced attack from Fred Hoiberg's squad.
I did not see this coming at all, Jeff. At all.
Came on the air, we thought this was going to be a three-point display from both teams. And ice cold from Wisconsin. They are 6 for 25 now from distance. Inside, Garcia again.
And I think right now, Greg Gard is going to get into his team a little bit about what's that rink mask who could spread you out from deep, knocking down 45% of his threes. Then, if you close out not under control, he can back you down and score with either hand.
Mast and Buchengel have not been on the floor very much here in the second half. And same old story. There's Rhodey for three, no good. Into the hands of Janicki. Back out to Boyd. Boyd drives, his floater's good. They'll count it. Three-point opportunity for Boyd.
Kind of a scramble situation and not able to corral the rebound. It bounces off. Good kick out by Janicki, and then Hoiberg just, that's a rare mistake. He didn't close out on that left hand. Boyd sensed and able to get in there. And, you know, if you're Wisconsin, usually you would be looking at the bottom of your screen and saying, hey, let's drive and attack. Maybe get to into the bonus. Nebraska has 3 more fouls to give before the Badgers find themselves in the bonus situation.
And again, they're one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country. Hoiberg right to the rack. The points and the paint discrepancy is massive. 44 to 18, another miss. Stay with Wisconsin. Blackwell comes back on the floor, replacing Boyd, who's got 10 in the second half. But the only bright spot for the Badgers offense. First 12 minutes of this second half.
Nebraska has been obviously impressive on the offensive end, but it's been this end of the floor which has really gotten my attention, because this is a team that is high octane in the Wisconsin Badgers, and with the exception of the first 4 or 5 minutes of this ball game, everything offensively for the visitors has been a struggle.
Been no easy shots since about the 16-minute mark in the first half. Garcia fouled. He'll go to the line. Takes 2 timeout. 79-51. Only happened twice previously. The 1912-1913 season. Sean, I know you were not around for that one, but the 90-91 season, you were around for.
I was around for that one.
Rapp from the corner for 3, short. Blackwell tries to keep it alive. It's out of bounds. Nebraska basketball. Again, when we were just talking about 9-0 to start this season, trying to get to 10-0. 13-game winning streak going back to winning the Crown Championship last year in Las Vegas. They've done everything right offensively and really defensively. They've ratcheted it up too. Another 3. Frager can do no wrong tonight. Janicki drives, and it's out of bounds off of Nebraska.
And even though that wasn't the best defensive sequence by Nebraska, you still had 2 light-colored jerseys coming in here into your screen on that dribble drive. There has been next to nothing easy for Wisconsin offensively tonight because the communication and the movement of personnel defensively has been outstanding by Nebraska.
Well, Blackwell's been on the floor too, as this 3 is good by Rhodey. Sam Hoiberg's been the guy that's been on Blackwell the most.
He's done it. Lawrence has done a really good job. Frager did it for a while.
And a frustrating night for the reigning Big Ten Player of the Week. There's a 3 by Garcia. Already has a season-high 8 as Hoiberg tried to pickpocket winner. Biliauskas checks back in, and here comes Butenjel. Remember, he left with a bloody face after taking a charge. Nice pass to Blackwell. Doesn't get the roll. 3 cream-colored jerseys in there for the rebound.
And that was not a clean look by Blackwell because you saw Garcia kind of run in front of him and obstruct his view of the rim.
Nebraska dominating the rebounds tonight. Nine to shoot. Butenjel for 3. Into the corner for Rhodey. Comes away with a Jacobson. And he pulls it out. Coming up on 5 minutes to go. Hoiberg wide open. Blackwell lost his footing and a whistle. Here's Butenjel wide open, takes his shot. Been waiting for him to hit the 3s. Here they're coming tonight.
Yeah, that's his second made 3 during tonight's ball game.
You see the cut on his lower lip. 14-4-2 for Butenjel. He's done his part to get this crowd involved too.
Well, last time out against Creighton had 13 boards to help the cause.
Rapp lost it on the way up. And it's out of bounds. A couple of Huskers were going for it. 10 more threes for Nebraska. Came into this game second in the Big Ten, just a couple of percentage points behind Wisconsin for made threes in a game. Rapp for three. It's not the Badgers' night tonight in Lincoln. Seven for 30 from distance for Wisconsin. Frager, follow-away jumper, short. Seeing Hayden Jones on the floor for the first time for Wisconsin. Under 4 minutes to go in Lincoln. Inside paint touch to Garlock, and
outings to his credit.
Could have had another one with 23 points in the first half against Northwestern earlier in the week. Leo Curtis is on the floor for the first time for Nebraska, 7-2 from Iceland. Jamarcus Lawrence for three. Another offensive rebound for Nebraska. Jacobson drives, kicks out to Frager for three, and an air ball. I think that came off his hand very well.
That'll be his story, and he'll stick to that one.
Boyd off the heel, and Jones runs it down. A fresh 20 for Wisconsin. Blackwell just looking for something to hang his hat on at the end of the night. 4 to shoot. Rapp drives, had it knocked away. Rapp got it back and puts it through. Nebraska up by 31 points, 2.5 minutes to go in this one. A lot of people may have been questioning whether or not Nebraska was legit. I'd say this has opened their eyes. Rapp short, tapped out to Boyd.
And if a baseball game were to break out, you'd also like Nebraska's chances, especially in pitching. You got 3 lefties out there on the floor for the Cornhuskers right now.
Big fan of that, yeah. Can never have enough pitching.
That's what I hear.
Can never have enough shooters. If you're on the basketball floor, enough pitching on the baseball diamond. And it looks like we've got something on the floor, some debris. Great guard will grab a towel and take care of it himself. So Nebraska coming up. Date with Illinois down in Champaign on Saturday. A couple of non-conference games. You got finals, and then back into Big Ten play, Michigan State, and then at Ohio State.
Boy, in Illinois, nice road win to open conference slate at Ohio State, following up a neutral site win over the Tennessee Volunteers in Nashville.
Avenging last year's loss to then #1 at Tennessee. That's good. Kendall Blue knocks down the triple. Coming up on a minute to go. Rapp in the open floor with a dunk. One minute to go here in Lincoln. A 30-point lead for Nebraska. And holding this Wisconsin team, which was averaging almost 88 points a game, to 60 tonight. Nothing coming easy for the Wisconsin Badgers. Five to shoot. Frager steps into it, in and out. About 2 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. This has been impressive from this Nebraska team. And as you said, we knew that this team could shoot, knew that they could score points, but what they did defensively tonight was a clinic.
And they did it throughout the entire ball game. You know, sometimes you'll see people come out and execute the defensive game plan for a while, and then they'll go away from it. And it started at the beginning of the second half as well. They had a sizable lead, but they continued to emphasize the defensive end of the floor and just stymied almost from beginning to end, with the exception of the first 5 minutes, a high-octane, high-scoring Wisconsin Badger squad.
That last possession right there, the block to seal it. Nebraska with a 30-point drubbing of the Wisconsin Badgers tonight here in Lincoln in their conference opener. 10 straight wins to open up the season. First time since the 77-78 season that Nebraska has begun a season at 10-0, and they have matched a program record 14 straight wins going back to the end of last year. Fred Hoiberg and this